Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris and this is Restoration Rescue. So we have gotten the front core support where it needs to go. We just need to bolt it up, which will come up hopefully in this video. And we need to start playing with this, more wiring harness mess. So we have a lot of wiring left to get through. We have clips, we have wires, we need a lot of cleaning. So I'll just put that there. But that is going to run for the whole front end. We are still trying to figure out why we have no power, but that'll come up hopefully in this video and we get power to the truck. So once that happens, boom, this will start moving a lot more forward in advance. Now, we found our starter. It is broken. We have one on the way. We need to get oil to the truck as well. We need to start hooking up our radiator. We need to start hooking up our lines from the transmission to the front to the radiator. We probably need to get a new radiator, one that's more OE, because that one is missing something I want, and that's an oil cooler. So I want the oil to be cool when it goes in the engine, which we have this oil cooler housing from the oil filter that has been blocked off. So we do need to open that up, get the two new lines here, and get that on the way. We need to hook up a lot of coolant lines. So I don't think we're going to be starting today, but I think we can get to a point where we have power and we can start going through there. So first things first, we're going to get this thing set up. I need to get these out, which shouldn't be too hard. Need to get these on order as well, the cooler lines and probably a new radiator. That's okay. Got a lot of work to do. So let's go ahead, hop right in. We're going to take this thing over to the bench and get it kind of cleaned up because it's gross.
That thing's gross.
All right, so we have the starter right here, and this is about to go in. So we did have to order a new one because the other one, the solenoid was cracked, and for 80 bucks, I didn't think it was bad for a whole new starter. So not a big deal. So we also have that oil cooler housing installed. The oil cooler housing, or the oil cooler lines, are ordered and they're on the way, as well as a new radiator. The old radiator didn't have provisions for that, so they kind of blocked those off. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get under the truck and knock this out. I don't know how much video I'm going to be able to get under the truck while I am putting this in. So let's go ahead. I am going to get on the crawler and get under that truck and put this thing in, which I'm not really excited for. But hey, let's go ahead and put her in. All right, so I think we have realized what our issue is with the power. Now, there is a fusible link wire here off the battery cable, which on this one it is blue. And what we're going to do is I have a very strong feeling that the fusible link is having issues, and that is what it's going to be caused and why we're losing power. So what we need to do is we are going to come over here, we're going to disconnect the negative battery cable, then the positive, we're going to take it off the starter, and we're going to reroute this new wire. And hopefully that is what's going on, and we get power. That would be absolutely phenomenal. So let's go ahead and we are going to give this a shot. All right, so we have everything that we could think of hooked up. We have the ground straps, everything tied together like it should. And now we just need to see if this thing will click over and have power. So I have the key. So I'm going to go and just give it a shot. Let's see if anything turns on. So I just hit the lights and I hear an alarm. And the dash is now lit up. Hold on. Holy crap. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this. We're going to show you, bring it here. You see that? We have lights. So we finally have lights. So let's go into the cab. We're going to turn the key on now to try and do this. So I'm going to open the door so I can get into this thing. But you can see the dash is now lit up. We have interior lights. So that is insane. So we're going to click this on, right? So now we have some lights. Obviously, there's a check gauges, service engine soon light that's coming on. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong one. And there goes the window. So for the first time in 2 years, we have a window that's up, and now the truck can be closed. Let's see. We have everything working inside now. Holy crap. That took way too long. And now we have everything hooked up. Heat, air, whatever you need. And it's in. So we are going to see. Looks like maybe our radio is dead. Trying to see if there's an on button for the radio. I don't see it. Maybe the radio is finally kaput, but we have power. So now I have a truck with power. So that's awesome. I am so excited. So let's close that door, and the power and the light went off in there. But wow, we have made a huge accomplishment here. We have power. So now we can start hooking everything up on the front end and hopefully get this thing started next week. All right, so we have power, like I said. However, we have a leak. Because of that, our fuel pump activated, and obviously our fuel lines are hooked up. So I did leak some fluid. Not a big deal. We just need to hook up some lines and try and figure out where that fluid leak is, which I think it's right here. There, which needs to probably go back up to the top of the engine, which means I got to fish that around. But we have power. So that is awesome. Now we need to hook up the whole front end and just start getting things put back together, hood back on. We are moving in the right direction. So we do have a lot of parts. So we're going to come over here and look at that. So we have boxes upon boxes of parts. We have radiators. We have other parts. This box, I can go over there because that was just that wire. So there was a ground that was loose that we found. We hooked that back up. We have power, so we are moving in the right direction. A lot of stuff left to do on the truck, obviously. All these boxes to go through and get all this stuff thrown on the truck. And I wish this was like everybody else on YouTube and I could go, oh crap, it's there, it's on the truck, we're done. Oh man, that thing's running and driving. So we have a lot of work to do. We have some fluids to put in this truck. We have some harnesses to hook up still, like the whole front end harness. We have headlights to re-put on and get those squared away. A lot of stuff that's still in the bed of the truck that needs to go on. But we are definitely moving in the right direction. We have power, we have ground. Now we need to hook up the fuel, so at least we'll have fuel coming from the back of the truck to the front, so that's cool. The fuel pump still works. Happy about that, don't have to replace that. So that is going to be a wrap for this week's video. So next week, we are hopefully going to be working back on the C10. Now this week, if you don't know, we have another C10 show. So we will be there and hopefully recording a little bit up there. It's called the C10 Dominion Rally. We will be there all day, 9 to probably about 4. Probably not going to stay the whole thing, depending on how cool it is and how many people we see. But it's supposed to be a beautiful day for it as well. So we're going to be taking this for the drive up there. It's only about a 40-minute ride up to 95 and out there. So we have a little bit of work to do for that. We'll get that truck up there and have a blast next week. So that'll be a lot of fun. We have a lot of projects coming to the channel. We have the 454 to finish. So that's going to be cool. We do have some OE rims and tires that are going to go on as well. But that is going to be a wrap for this week's video. We'll see you guys next week when we are at C10 Dominion Rally. And then we will see you guys the week after that when we're back on the 454. So we have good news. We have power. We are moving in the right direction. So we'll see you guys next Saturday.